Rick, don't forget the recording.
Yep. Going live on streaming.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained here to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the messenger, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who are the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine, irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become. In being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 204th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond, and I'll be one of the hosts here today, along with Mark and Dean from the KF TV studio. And I believe we're ready to go with today's presentation with the members of the Universal Council, who will be showing today's show. So looks like we start off with the video, what is the Universal Council? Let me get that set up here and we'll begin with that. Okay, I got off a bit premature on that video, but we're back to the main presentation here, and we'll kind of restart with the Universal Council. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. This is Aza Yusufasi. The new year that has started, it is going to be a different year for humanity, the way I see it. I wasn't in a Thursday of the Thursday Mr. Keshe was talking about what do you see for the humanity, and I was listening to it later. And what is amazing is humanity. You can see it very clearly that is stepping into their own strength, and they started to decide each individual person what is it that I like to do, what is it that I want to do on this planet, and it's no longer something that I have to do because I have to make money and have a 9-to-5 job and follow the same rules that was created tactically for all of us in any place in the world we live. In United States, past year, 22 million people resigned their job. They left their job. It's not because they're sitting at home and getting paycheck, but they're sitting in a driver's seat. And they doing what they like to do, something that means to them, something that makes them joyful and happy, and something that brings them to a balance point, something that makes them human being, not a machine. So this year is going to become a fantastic year. Very, very good start for not only for us, but for humanity. And they are on the journey to where we want them to go. And it's amazing how everything is falling in place one by one by itself. And we're just watching it and observing it, and everybody maturing and elevating. And we're just enjoying the beauty of what is unfolding. And for us as a UC member, this is really is a pleasure of the not only the physical soul, also the pleasure of the soul. Because the more people get elevated, the more we get elevated. It's so intertwined, and we cannot separate it. And with this, saying all this, I'm very happy to be here, especially now at this time of the year. And actually, I see very clearly that how sometimes we want to go back to the old ways. Sometimes the habit might come, but then what I see is the soul has gone up so much that the old ways is holding on a shaky ground. The old ways cannot survive. No matter how hard anybody tries, the people who want to mastermind or stop the journey of the humanity, they cannot do it because the substructure of the old is all falling apart. There's no way you can patch it up anymore. And the new foundation is already built and is strong. and it's so strong, and this foundation is so deep in us that we're going to go through this journey, and we will come to the human that we will be. And actually, I saw somebody send me a video of Iranian, somebody was talking in the news in Iran, that the next generation of human, we cannot recognize them. They're saying it in a different way, but exactly what Mr. Keshe talks about, humanity, not only physically, in every aspect of humanity is going to change. That we're gonna have history. It's going to talk about it. The history is going to talk about what we were and what we used to be and what we became. Actually, we will be called human being then, because right now we weren't human. So with saying all that, I'm just going to read what is on the screen here and let other members to talk about what they want to say. Sorry about that. One planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of Creator. Thank you.
Hello, hello. My dear, can you hear me properly? Hello?
Yes, yes, we hear
Okay.
you.
Oh,
Yep, go ahead.
thank you. Thank you. I'm Shweta Anwar, representing Hindi language. And this is about the 10-minute silence for the 5+1 peace negotiations and the IAEA in Vienna, who we also elevate the souls of the world leaders and the religious leaders of the planet. And Dean, now we can start from now moment.
Yes, well, so as soon as you would like
Okay.
to start, I will start when you
Oh,
start.
we will start now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being present for this 10-minute silence for the 5+1 peace negotiations and the IAEA in Vienna. We also elevate the souls of the world leaders and the religious leaders of planet Earth. So thank you very much for being present and in this moment, contributing to the field strength of the peace process and the beauty of the soul that interacts with the field strength on many, many different levels, reaching across and touching the soul of the peace negotiators and negotiations in Vienna. It's always a beautiful moment when the souls come together and unify as one and act as one complete soul to have that peace within that we all, as a soul, have deep within inside ourselves. So in this moment, this exact moment, we have communicated, reached the soul, and elevated the soul of the world leaders, peace negotiators, and the religious leaders of planet Earth. I've seen today many small children. And I see the beauty of the innocence within their in their being, of their soul, and they're present on this planet in this very moment. And it always makes me realize that the world leaders, the religious leaders, they were all children, innocent children, beautiful innocence with a pure intention. And the environment and the conditions bring about change within the physical structure of a man. But when we first arrive, they are all beautiful children, and we continue to be, each and every single one of us. And when you reach the child, the beauty of humanity through the soul, we bring about incredible, beautiful changes with a field strength that is built and through the Universal Council that has been positioned to reach the souls of planet Earth, to bring each and every person into peace. So thank you very much, all of you, for being present in these 10 minutes of silence that may be silent with a voice, but the soul is forever present in this moment and shining brightly. Thank you all for being present. Thank you. Can we go to the next slide? Thank you very much. Thank you, Rick.
Hello, it's Mehran, the UCS first language. Just to mention that we raise the soul of the negotiators of 5+1 and also raise the soul of the Atomic Energy Agency. So I hope that their soul will raise, that they would see the light of the peace. Thank you.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
Present.
We can go to the next slide, Derek. If okay.
Sweta, would you like to read this? Do we have a UC that would like to read this?
Yes, you can read, if you may.
Okay.
Mehran
Thank you.
as well.
Okay.
Mehran, are you going to read this?
I don't know what it is. you can read it.
It's from the Keshe Brazil Corona team.
Okay, I'll read it. Join your soul to the Vienna talks. Bring the change. We have been asked by Mr. Keshe to focus on all those souls involved in the 5+1 and IAEA negotiations in Vienna, both the Americans and the Iranians, to go beyond their dogmas and limited ideas to bring peace by allowing the technology to come out. So we ask that, especially at this time, at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, as requested by Mr. Keshe, we take this moment to be present there and mainly connect our emotion with the 5+1 and IAEA negotiators, emanating from the bottom of our hearts that we want this change. Let's continuously focus on the 5+1 and IAEA negotiations and those in the shadow. The strength of our love cannot fail. Join us in the meeting through the line below. Telegram video chat Keshe Brazil Corona team, and the address Rafael Teixeira. We also gather for this in intention for the negotiators of the 5+1 every day at 1 AM CET time, also in our chat on the Telegram group Keshe Brazil Corona team. Thank you.
Hello to everyone. This is Andreas, Universal Council support member for the German-speaking community. I'm gonna read the wish. We, the Universal Council, support the soul of the religious leaders and world leaders to step away from their position that allows the nations to fall into the ultimate nation of Earth as one nation, one planet, one nation, one race.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
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 Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here is Gunther Blum. I am UC support member in the German language. And I brought this wish to the UC member board here. I was push guided 2 times by my soul to bring this wish to here. Dear US member, I ask for help to balance and unbalance. Please create together a wish to end this suffering and pain. On 2nd January 2022, in the North American meeting, Mehran Keshe reports from a killing plan to him, which shocked us all, of course. This is a plan. When you structure it, there is a sender of abuse energy. It's a known person. It's from a red circle and other and more people involved. This creates an unbalance. The receiver of abuse energy, it's Mehran Keshe. And all the people of the peace movement, millions or billions of people who want to live in peace on this earth. Let's create together a wish to unbalance this and future abuses on earth. Next slide, please. We allow to be taken from our soul for protection of our scientists to show the path of truth for peace here on earth. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
present.
very much. I'm
I am
present.
present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
Okay, we already
Dear Rick,
saw
we
the
can-
video, so we'll
Yes, we
skip
can
this.
skip this. Yes.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, like Mr. Keshe said. Yes, this is the page for the World Peace Project, One City, One Center. And for today, I choose like a video. Don't know if you, Rick, you have it ready. Is the video, I choose the 414, the last public workshop. It was very difficult again to pick 10 minutes of from Mr. Keshe teaching, and I decided to pick up the 1 hour and I think is 1 hour and 4, no, 1 hour 11 from the 414. And it's a talk where Mr. Keshe last week, I really recommend again to see the public workshop that Mr. Keshe gave last Thursday. And again, is number 414. Because it's very interesting. He really talked about system. But today, what I choose to listen when he talked, he answered to Ed, and he talked about a very important date. It is 22 of February 2022. So we can listen. I don't know if you have. Did you have it ready, Rick?
Got it ready here now, I believe.
Perfect.
So you want to start at
1 hour and 11, I think was. when you, after the break, when you allowed the question, and we can go until the end of the question. It's just, I think it's just more than 10 minutes, but it's, yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're at, this is just a reminder, this is the 414th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from January 6, 2022. And we're starting at 1:11. Okay, here we go.
And today is 11 as well.
1:11 even. It might have been an inadvertent hand up.
As usual with Stefania.
I think she took her hand down there. Okay. Just trying to see if we have questions in the YouTube here.
She said it was a mistake.
Okay. Okay, we have a couple of more hands that have popped up with Ed and Antonio. Ed, if you'd like to go ahead first.
Good morning, Mr. Keshe. This is Ed from Indiana. I'm just thinking, is our ability to begin to understand this space travel as we encounter the new dimensions and inertias and stuff like that, that it's dependent on our willingness to see and feel and understand the limitations of our physicality? I don't know if I've explained myself well enough for you to understand.
You got to understand, in a very recent teaching, I touched on something that had no meaning to a lot of you, but some of you who understood that will understand what it is and what it will be and how it will be. I touched on the RNA and the DNA of magnetic fields. One is the presence of the field, and one is the manifestation of the emotion which that field carries. This, when you look at the plasma of the soul of the man, does not carry an emotion on its own. It's a collection of the fields and what we call the emotion, which that the strength carries with it, or what we call the RNA of the field. And this will bring a two-dimensional phase to man, where our physical soul dimension carries an information soul strength with it, which is connected to that field of strength, which the collection has created the soul of the man, or what we call the information carrier of the man. Where the fields we see are the DNA. And the strength of the information which is carried as RNA of that field leads to its manifestation. So all the fields within the plasma of the soul of the man, within the plasma of even the copper gans, has and do communicate and interact and collectively manifest that gans as its representative of its manifestation of physicality. So is with the physical dimension of the man. This is more or less what, as knowledge seekers, as those who enter this phase of the separation of the soul of the man and the man, will understand. We, something which is on the sideline, I will explain to you to understand. In the teaching of last Sunday, in the American teaching, if you get a chance to listen to it, and in the other teachings which we've been in the past 2 or 3 months, we explain the significance of 22nd of February, 2022. Is a combination of all the tools. And it's not coincidental that it falls on a Tuesday, when the Universal Council meets, or when you have your Universal Council meetings in the public dimension. And it is not coincidental that it's been said that way. The point of the reference of the soul of the man as collective elements will become the soul of the Universal Council and its members. And the dimension of the physicality is the physical man present in that dimension. And the maturity of the time and the point. It's for mankind to start a new cycle. And not only for mankind, but elevation and joining of the soul of the man to universal community will be completed on that day. And then man has the choice to interact and evaluate and respect, or still till next generation live in the doldrum that the man as a race had lived during the past millions of years. Be it as what I call the scroll in the holes, or as a man in walking with the intelligence and knowledge of the present time. Man is not matured if the man does not understand the presence, the existence, and the beauty of his soul within his existence. Otherwise, you're still at the scroll billions of years ago as a mammal on the roots of the trees to hide from the dinosaurs not to eat. Because nothing has changed in the intelligence of the man in understanding the true essence of the creation. And this process has started, and this process will carry on. And now is the time for this. This is what we said is the end of religions. Listen to the Sunday teaching. Go back as knowledge seekers and listen to the American teaching on Sunday. I could not explain it any better. That when we all, in the dimension of physicality, live in the dimension of the Creator, then there is no religion. There is no need for religion. When the man completes the cycle, all understand the totality. And then there is no place for the kings and the kingships, as the kings who bow to the religion, with having grown and progressed to understand totality, cannot be a king in front of the king. It becomes like it just in the court of the king. This is what needs to be understood, and this is the point of the completion of the man. Because when we say it's the end of religions, it has come the end of the Islam, it has come the end of the Christianity, it has come the end of Judaism or Buddhism or any other path of belief, is once we mature to understand the strength of the soul of the Creator, do we need messengers to tell us? And then haven't they served the purpose to bring us to that point? Do we need for ayatollahs, popes and priests and mullahs and whatever you want to call them, rabbis, when our soul has matured to understand the totality? Do you use a taxi when you're already qualified to be a driver? This is where the maturity comes, when there is understanding comes. And this is where from the 22nd of February, the maturity of the man will start. The cycle of the new understanding, the handing over of the process of no religion, but believe in the Creator, in understanding the strength of the soul of the Mitra and the dimension of physicality of the presence. Strange enough, every time I speak about this, I get disconnected by those who don't want the truth to be known. When it comes to the 22nd of February, when you understand the truth, when the cycle of the understanding about your own soul become clear to you, do you need a name of the religion to pray, to understand, to connect to your creator? That's the end of the religions. That's without a doubt. You don't need a name to put on it, except the elevation of the soul of the man. And teaching after today is for you when you reach that point and you want to manifest yourself in different dimensions, what it will be. Don't be frightened of it when you achieve it, when you reach it. It's in some of the teachings I explain, when we bring people out of coma, the first thing we do, we cover the front that they cannot see. The body is still paralyzed, but the emotion has been returned to the physicality of the man. They get a shock. They want to move the arm and the leg, they don't, and they go to a second shock. And this is what we're trying to avoid with most of you. When you understand to see the power of your soul, don't get shocked at how numb the physicality has been and is literally paralyzed to the strength of the knowledge which the body carries. In the dimension of his soul, not in the dimension of his physicality. What I say, the sun of the truth has risen and will shine. And nobody up to now has managed to put a blanket on the sun. It shines the same in the dimension of the knowledge upon all its citizens in the universe, irrespective of time, place, and position. You got to realize, even for those who are on the backside of the earth, they still see that shimmer of the sky, that they can see through it. It's because the light of the sun still shines on the backside of the earth at the same time as the front. It's for man to mature. It's for man to understand the cycle and to understand that's the end of the religions. In every shape or form and dimensions, man has created the path to pray to his creator. As now the man is matured, completely has the understanding to understand that he has the dimension, the strength, the what I call the beauty to be part of, to understand he is part of the creator and he has to live by his conduct. Always ask, you'll be given. And when you're given, it will not be returned back. Because you ask for it to accept it. You ask for elevation of your soul to understand the totality. And if it's done with the pure sense of it, you shall receive it. You will be open to the eyes to see the strength of the emotion. You don't become a creator. You just become to understand the existence of the creator. You're not empowered to do whatever you like. You're empowered to serve those who are created by the beauty of the creator. And never ever imagine for a second, now you have become the creator. Then that's the time when the light of the truth will shine away from you and you become that dust. Soon mankind will understand what evolution and revolution we have started within the soul of the man to rise the soul, to free the physicality from the dimension of slavery to the dimension of being a prisoner and being imprisoned by not receiving itself. And that's the beauty of the new knowledge. While the physicality of the man imprisoned the soul of the man, the soul of the man imprisoned the physicality, but not letting see, understand, and be part of the totality. Now is the time to release both the prisoner and the prisoner. And then will see the elevation of understanding of the soul of the man that is guided. We are not preachers. We are the ray of the light of the Creator. I will shine upon all the sin. This one man to understand. And those who work against us, they need enlightenment, not punishment. The time of punishment is over. It's how you enlighten yourself, and then what you claim with it will become the essence of the totality for your creation. I made man in the image of myself, but I didn't make the man as me. The image never becomes the true essence of the reality. It's very much to say, if your hologram can think, make decisions, and do what it likes because it's just a hologram of you. Its name goes with it, is hollow and carries no soul. If itself has not understood its own strength and its power and conformation to its own existence, you just become reflection of the light of the beauty and not the beauty itself. Any other question?
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. I just recommend everyone to going to listen again and again and again. It's a very important part of the teaching. Yes. So we can go to the next slide, and yeah. Just recommend to go and to listen. Thank you so much. Next one. Yeah, perfect. Domo peace. I think Maranes, if she's yeah.
Stefania, I want to say something.
Yeah, of course, please do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me. Thank you so much for the clip of my Messiah, Shriman M. Keshe, a lover of humanity. And I will say that as we are doing, we are in the knowledge of the plasma dynamics, or we can say the plasma fields, as we are, with the interaction of the two, I will say beauty and totality, the energy pack form, and it is in charge, and it moves in conditions all over. And then it diverges, it converges, and what did it do? It accumulate essence, beauty and totality, or accumulate much baggage or matter that the energy doesn't need. So what the purpose of saying me this is that if you have accumulated much more matter you don't need, share it, share with others, those are in need. In this time, in this moment of time, this is very necessary. As if you share, then many wellness centers will come in appearance, an enhancement unit to all. This will be a gift from you, from your point of view, from your heart and soul, my dear ones. But if the situation comes when there will be no receivers, and there will be no charity, and there will be no kindness accepted, then what we will do? As my Messiah says, that you will be hollow with no soul, and the matter you accumulated become poison, like a iron rod new, of no use, become rust, and the light goes away from it, and everything become dust. So here in the timeline, time is precious, but when we go in the dimension of the timelessness, there will be no matter needed anymore. There will be a sense of love, there will be love shared, and we will see then there were many lovers that have given to all the gifts of love, those needed, understanding the imminence of the situation, I mean the intensity of the situation, or the lovers understand how to love. So I will say, if you share, I don't use the word donation anymore. If you share your matter, if and what you don't need, there are so many those who need, and they will come in the level of understanding that what is going on, because thousands and thousands, millions of people even don't know the light is there. We will be the vessel for them for transmitting the light. So this is what I want to say, my dear ones. Thank you. Give in kindness. Don't accumulate matter you don't need. This will become dust anyway. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Stefania. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. Thank you so much. So now we are here in Dome of Peace. I don't know if Mehran Tavakoli is available to read, and we got some video.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Very much, very good, your choice for video, beautiful. In fact, Mr. Keshe told us, in fact, we started to spray plasma water, which was very good. And then we get to a new stage. We can get closer to our souls. We have more data about our souls. So why not directly go to our souls and unite our souls together and to focus for the peace of everybody together on this planet, and to protect our bodies through our souls together. So I read the Dome of Peace. Please remember, every Sunday from now on, until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS water around the world at 12 p.m. CET and or 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time, as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this great movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on the planet as a permanent feature of the life here. Oh, it's long. Okay. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the Dome of Peace with the power of our soul. We asked you to spread the GANS waters. It's Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's soul. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water of GANS, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then instead of doing once a week, do it all the time. I think it's from 407 Knowledge Seeker Workshop. So good luck. Don't forget that with my experience, every time we do one of these exercises for whatever goal, for example, now it's for negotiations, it raises our own soul. After that, you feel the difference for yourself. And that's a good way of raising our own souls to a better level. Thank you.
Hello, I also want to say something, Mehran. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. I want to say that the dome of peace, the home of peace, the spraying of thousands of suns from the one cup, one life, and the communication of the souls, and the bending. You know how light bends, or we bend towards the light. So bending towards the light, the way of the heart, the clear one way to the city of the beings in love always. And some says, where it is your heart, open and clear the way. Then some says, can you teach me how to love? Then one say, when you open the doors of your heart, you will see you in love with all the gifts from you, always ready. Receive it in kindness, my dear. You will understand how the universal creator is in love with all of us, my dear, always. And without even knowing, we come in the balance with the understanding of the ethos of the universal soul. And the soul start communicating with all the souls in love. So this is the communication by spraying, by soul communication to each other as we are doing now. This is the beauty of this time, that if you open your heart, heart is the way, heart is the doorway. So it is so beautiful, you know. So this is what I want to share. Communicate soulfully, elevate the souls, those who need to elevate, and become lovers. Share love, kindness, care, light. So thank you. Thank you very much. Rick, we can skip this today. We can go to the discussion. Yes, the discussion and interaction of issues and conditions accordingly, making of wishes and reaching the wishes that has to be present. If anybody has some wish to present, please do. Any discussion, anything of love to share, knowledge to share, advice, guidance, please do. Welcome to the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta, always. I just want to say my own experience when the first Zoom soul contact, it was just so deep. It was just so shocking in a good way. Very nice vibrations, which took for a while in me. And then when I joined the Zoom with Brazilians at 6 o'clock Wednesday, we do nothing, we say nothing. But again, I felt that a strong synergy. Synergy is not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 for more and more. And I again felt that, even though it's not a language I understand or nothing was said that I could understand. So I really, for those who like to do this kind of experiences, it's good to join the Zooms, in my opinion, whenever they have time, and see if they experience the same connection of the souls for the same goal. And then everybody can come and talk about their experiences. And also, I really like everybody, all you see supporters come and talk about what they consider as problem in their language. We do find a solution with our souls. And everybody else, they send it to UC, to their UC. Any problems you see, that's a place for it. I hope from now on, at least. So I wish you all a great moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehran, for sharing your kindness and beauty, love, care. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Something I wanted to mention at this point is when we listened to that excerpt from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop that Stefania pointed out. Part of that was about the end of religion, and I noticed that. I'll just share here to show. News articles came out a couple of days after the workshop. This one in particular is from January 8th, 3 days ago, which is 2 days after the workshop. And it's called Gone by 2040, Why Some Religions Are Declining in Canada Faster Than Ever. And they predict basically the end of the Christian religion by 2040. In another 18 years, and in the last especially the last 5 years or so, sorry, let me share better here. Something happened, there we go. In the last 5 years or so, especially, the religions have been declining in Canada, especially the Christian religions. And some of them are at the point now they're losing one church per week. They're just being shut down because they can no longer afford to run them. And some of them have lawsuits and so on against from the Aboriginals or from other various abuse lawsuits and so on, which is bankrupting the churches. So this is what's happening in the news, right as Mr. Keshe has predicted this for several years now, and especially in these times. So I thought that was interesting coincidence. And it's over several news networks that I noticed these releases coming out at that time.
Thank you, Derek, for sharing. I also want to share add to a little to your sharing that this is the same condition in here in India also. The exposure of the corrupt gurus, the sannyasis, the sadhus, even the fake Mahatmas were relating the corporate sector, and they are in big business and of course human trafficking, and this is being exposing. They are exposed in a way, and people are very shocked by the truth coming out in a way. So this is happening all over, and this has to be gone. This has to go, and these type of dirt is not going to be here because the cleaning process is, well, I will say, mother with the broom is just cleaning away, and there will be no dirt. She will make sure of it. So thank you for sharing, my dear Rick.
Okay, and I remind our attendees here in the Zoom chat that they can raise their virtual hands, and we can allow you to open your microphone then. Does anyone have any questions or comments for this part of the Universal Council workshop? Don't see any particular questions in the YouTube or the live stream right now. Would one of our Universal Council members like to say something to provoke some conversation, perhaps?
like I can say something here. This is Aza. One of the thing is this is a story that someone told me recently, which actually shows us how important it is for us to understand the language of the soul and the language of the mind. The soul whispers, the mind shouts. And there was a woman in some part in, I think it was in Mexico, and with her friend, it was at night. And then the friend says they want to go another place to their home, but they were told not to travel at night because it could be dangerous. And then this woman, she tells her friend, just come with me, don't worry about it, you just go. So they're standing on the corner on waiting for a car to come, a taxi. And they see, there were like trees around, they see cars coming and going. They see one car, just the light, it turns around, made a U-turn and came to them. And he said, you ladies, it's very dangerous to be here. What are you guys doing here? And they said, we're just waiting for a taxi. So she said, he said, I'm gonna take you where you need to go. And then he took them to their home. And the other woman asked her, how could you, with such a strength and such a knowing, you asked me to go, although it could be so dangerous, and this happened. She said, I start demanding, asking God with my strength what I want. And since I started, I always get what I want. So if we understand it, one of the reasons we not getting what we want or establishing what we want, because more than anything, with what we collected, because this mind is the supercomputer that collected all this information and constantly regurgitating this information out. And if you notice, some people can constantly come and talk and over again, they cannot stop. And actually, when we say think good, talk good, and then do good, it means we constantly are aware of what I am going to say. We just don't say something for the sake of saying something. Because then we start manifesting what we think and what we say, because everything else is just this computer-generated information that is not necessary. And actually, when we get to that point and we get to that awareness, actually you can pulsate, fluctuate or pulsate and back and forth between this realm of soul, which is not much of a word going, but it's just like the once in a while, just like somebody whispering in your ear something, it tells you something, because you can be relaxing and sitting someplace doing something that you love to do. Because when we start to do what we love to do and just immerse in what we love to do, we don't worry about what is the next step, because the whisper comes, say, oh, time to do this or time to do that. It's just like somebody is guiding you. So we get to a point that all these residual things going on, like as somebody says, monkey on their shoulder, it kind of disappears, and you have more this field of energy that, because at the same time, when we realize at the end of the day, the real exhaustion usually comes from not paying attention to awareness of what we're doing. Exhaustion, actually there is no exhaustion when you aware and when you're joyful, and then you do what you want to do and you take the next step, and actually every single cell in the body start to resonate with everything in the cosmos, because that filtration of the mind is kind of become very very dim, and when it becomes very dim, then the light of the soul can actually shine, and then with it you can affect other people, and then we ourselves are gonna have less of a dilemma in life. And sometimes when we say we don't have time, we feel very busy. Actually, that's not true, because the time that we don't have is the mind that says we don't have time, but in actuality, we have a lot of time for whatever we want to do. Maybe this subject opens something for people want to discuss it.
Thank you, Azar. It's Dean here. Can I say something? So for me, for my understanding, my humble understanding, we seem to be, as a human race, as souls present in these moments, facing a field strength that is we're finding uncomfortable in certain moments. When you have this knowledge and intention to bring about peace all around your environment, you could be influenced by many different field strengths. So many interactions, every single interaction has a field strength and a direct connection with yourself, with your being, with your soul interaction. And so if you imagine that every single interaction that you have and every interaction that another being, another soul is having across the other side of the planet is interacting. You have neutrinos that pass through the planet without us knowing, pass through our bodies from many conditions outside of the plasmatic conditions of this planet. And we are, it's all about scaling from an atom to a universe. And this position we have right now here is within our environment, seems huge, seems like it's totally encompassing our whole existence in this reality. When you open yourself up and allow your experiences and your interactions to go beyond the environment that you interact in, and just open your awareness out, open yourself up to some other field strengths. And as I said, it's all about scaling. So if we are on a speck of dust, a tiny speck of dust you cannot see in this galaxy, let alone the universe, then the conditions that we're experiencing in these moments are almost irrelevant. That seems a strange, harsh thing to say, but compared to the totality of the creation, it's so tiny, yet but incredibly important. Because we are part of the creation and we experience this. And so because we are part of, we share a field strength that we then emanate out and give to everybody else. And when we're in this particular environment of a matter state planet, as we all are in our physical bodies, we experience it through the very air that we breathe. So we have a magnetical and gravitational breath of air that we breathe in and breathe out, and we all share it. And so that field strength from a thought and intention, however small, insignificant, reaches across to every single soul on the planet and then out further and on beyond. And it's vast. And you're part of it. And you always have been. You're a child of the universe. You're a child of the earth. You're a magnificent shining star. And this knowledge has opened us up to this reality. And just by thinking it, understanding it slightly, and passing this knowledge on, the next physicality, the next person, creature, plasma, being, soul, has to absorb that field strength, has to be part of it. In a physical body, they have to breathe. Don't have to breathe, but some breathe. In a non-dimensional body, you still have a field strength. Mr. Keshe teaches it as magnetic and gravitational fields that are present everywhere throughout the universe. And it's an energy transfer. And it's timeless, infinite, unity, creation, you. And in that space gap where the energy flows, your thoughts, your consciousness, your beauty is ever present. And you share your energy with everybody. You have no choice. Magnetical or gravitational, giving or receiving. And we speak about balance. We speak about many things that are to do with bringing about peace on the planet and peace within ourselves, and giving energy to the souls that the beings, human beings, the plants and animals, our vertical friends, horizontal friends, they're all souls. Mr. Keshe teaches that no one is higher and no one is lower. And when we have world leaders that stand by that ethos and understand that truly deep within, the wealth is within inside me. So as a world leader, if you have that ethos, that feels strength, then we really are part of the universal community. And we have that peace within inside ourselves in this very moment, as soon as we have a world leader that understands the truth of this. And I suppose if they decide to take no position and just become a peaceful being, then all beings will experience this, all souls will experience this too. Anyway, just some thoughts. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much. The beautiful words. And I just want to ask Rick if it's possible, and everybody agrees, that he puts the Knowledge Seeker Workshop 407 from the minute 38:40 to minute 50. I have discussed it before.
Yes, it's ready to go on the screen there now, Mehran.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you want? Shall I play that now?
Oh, if you wish, thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
What this means, it means mankind has been put to a test, not to fail, but to more understand the cycle of the generation of the soul and the interaction of the soul of physicality by totality put together in one dimension. The purpose of the cycle and the pains you go through in this part of the life of this planet is to unify the soul of the man as one. As you all at the same time has come to suffer through the hand of the man. When it was an earthquake, it was somewhere there. When it was a hurricane, it was somewhere there. It had nothing to do with me. It was just a piece of news. Now the hurricane is hitting all of us. And this hurricane is not who's going to come out of it well and who does not. In fact, is for the man to unite collectively in that hurricane, to hold hand, to become one, to be able to stand till this hurricane is over. Mankind will not do it in the dimension of the physicality, but mankind can do it through the dimension of the interaction and what we call hold on to through the souls. This is what we call upon the knowledge seekers, to understand and to start acting upon it. We ask you to water every Sunday. And many of you watered on a Sunday, lunchtime and dinner time. Now we give you a new path. Maybe you will understand. Instead of watering the whole, as you all do and you shall do, now try to unite each other's soul. Try to make the soul of the humanity through the knowledge seekers to the level that no one can touch the physicality of the embodiment of the human race. Even though they come in different names and shapes and colors and whatever. What I call upon the knowledge seekers is very simple. We are facing a demise, and collective connection and interaction of the soul of the man with other creatures which we love and carry at home or outside or whatever shape of home, be it a plant or whatever. Try to find a time. Try to find a place. Try to be on regular basis to unite in the dimension of the soul. That mankind elevates the soul of the totality and we can weather this animosity and this what I call horrendous time which is imposed by those who thought have the power of the finance and the power of to do so. Choose a time. Go back to the time where all of you are at the point of what I call collective calmness. And this time, don't spread the water of Ganges, spread your soul. Interact and unite, that in totality, we make a new race out of the soul of the man. This is part of the purposes of the Keshe Foundation teaching. Unification of the souls, that in space and beyond, we are interacted We are all one, and we all manifest as one. This is the only way that all of you and many of you will survive this hurricane, which is now blowing across the winds and the planet and beyond. We are suffering with what we see is happening to mankind, but we understand the solidarity and unification of the soul of the man is the key. Then, once you unite, you will not harm each other as you was part of it to be harmed. And then we go back to the point of one planet, one nation, one race, in a way, one soul. This is the only way the human race will weather this situation, what we see at the moment on this planet. And this is the only way that we see the demise of those who finance such a painful cycle for so many. But we have to understand, when a nation works together, the leaders have no power, even though they thought they protected themselves beyond the castles and the walls and everything else. In so many ways, mankind has to come to the point of understanding the test of what is come now is not, in a way, individual, is to unite the human race. This is the opportunity for knowledge seekers to extend the position and the possession of the work of the soul to become one. Choose a time that all of you, the way you do on Sundays, is the time of uniting the soul of the man. And then you understand. Don't go there for a second till the water of the can is finished. Stay there that all the cans can stay full all the time. Never be of those who says, I give. Be there to be taken and allow and give the permit to be taken from you if there is a need. No one shall die from no foreign body entry on what we call the table of execution by injection, as it is tradition in the States and the United States. This way you enhance, this way the soul of the mankind will become strong enough to protect the soul of the physicality of those who want to be there. No man, no physicality shall be demised if the knowledge seekers understand the whole purpose of this work. Try to understand. Try to organize yourself to become, to be the soul. And then instead of the same time once a week, extend it to all time, the whole year round. Because many of you soon will travel into the depths of the universe and you cannot wait till the Sunday 6 o'clock comes as I'm in trouble, and today is Sunday 9 o'clock. I have to wait a week in the depth of the space that the soul of the man might be there to help me. The planet Earth shall shine like a star, where the soul of its citizens will shine to all those who are created within the structure of the soul of physicality. You will see and you will understand soon. There is no time better than when mankind sets, and it has no time to do with the religion and time and what we call different path. We advise Wednesday 6 o'clock Central European time in the evening and the morning, where all the nations around the world will come together in the soul, but it has nothing to do with no religion, and it has nothing to do with the path of thinking. In so many paths, mankind has created to be separate and to be better. At 6 o'clock Wednesday, Central European time is a time when mankind is equal and the same. Unite your souls and you understand. Extend the souls. Do not sit there, I don't feel, because you're not in touch with it. You just make the physicality available for a time of change. You understand that the totality sits within the strength of the soul of the man. As one race, not man as one individual. Let them throw what they like at us, as we are much stronger than it feels like a pin thrown as a giant. The giant is the unification of the soul of the man together to become one, to unite for the betterment of humanity. And while you are in that position, elevate the soul of the man in totality. Become those individual magravs which they link to each other to change the totality. We called it the cluster magrav. If you remember to go back that far, put 1 or 2 or 3 that collectively you reduce and you contribute to the what are called the wealth of the house. Now those magravs is your soul, and with it comes the control of it, which is the soul of physicality. Maybe after a few days, choose a Tuesday to do the same, and then the Monday, and then everything else which goes with it, and then extend it to all time, all the time. When I'm not, somebody else is there. It is not a clockwork, it's understanding that the clock never stops and never works without understanding the totality. We come to this point to be here, not just by accident. But as I said, when you don't do it, we force you. When we force you, you kick. But when you do it, you act it. We didn't create the condition of what is today, but we have the opportunity by the misconduct of the others for you to be understanding the totality, and in a way we make the best out of their mistakes. We've seen this behavior. I come from blood of Moses, through my mother. But
hello,
I'm ashamed
sorry
to carry that
Wait.
blood when I see the same.
It's up to 50. Thank you very much. It was the ultimate solution, which is soul connection for all the problems. Thank you. Mr. Keshe said, we don't change anything. We are just there. If they ask us, then we talk, then we propose. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mehran. Freed, excuse me, Freed had a suggestion in the live stream chat. Says, is then 6 p.m. on Tuesday, about now, would be good to begin, as we are already together here in peace.
Can I answer? Rick, you have, did you receive the other programs that to be shown?
Other programs,
It means like we have a program to join Wednesday at 6 o'clock to Brazilian Zoom. And there were
Well,
other
that was in the previous. Isn't that this, or is that something else? You see it there? Is that
No.
what you're talking about? That's something
No.
else. Eh?
No, something else.
I'm not sure if I have that somewhere or not.
Yes, you
There's
showed it earlier.
From Brazil? Is that what you're talking about, Mark?
Yes, I think that's what, wasn't that read earlier? About joining with the Brazilian.
I already showed
There
that.
you, yes, correct.
Myrna says
No,
it's what wasn't
no.
that?
No, it was
this?
it was like an invitation with a Zoom ID. I look for it.
This
I
here.
look for it.
Sorry, I was just caught. I send it for you if I can to your Telegram.
Okay, while we're waiting, does anyone else have something that they would like to bring up for the Universal Council at this time? Looks like we're clear on YouTube.
Rick, I put it in the messages chat. It was a request that Raphael asked to. I think it's this one.
Yeah, the first link opens up the Zoom room, so that's no good.
Okay.
Yeah, I send you 2 messages.
And this is not what Fried is suggesting. So is this something to do to answer the question of Fried?
Yeah, because we have decided one way or other, it's more effective that we join collective souls. So whatever day or wherever, it's just we have to organize to choose a place and a time at first.
Well, the time is already 6 p.m. CET time, right? That's what Fried is suggesting. That's 6 p.m. today, which just passed, would be a good time to begin. So what do you think of that as an idea?
That's beautiful. Keep this.
Or otherwise, we should end the workshop before 6 so that people have a time to be able to do that at 6 as suggested. One way or the other, the 6 seems like an important time for people. It's 6 every day, basically, 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. so far as I know, if you can
6
remember
p.m.
to do that. Yes, and people gather at 6 a.m. as well, I believe, right? Twice a day, if possible.
Yeah, and also there's another announce for every community language, as Mr. Keshe said, organize themselves, find a place, find a moment that you collect your souls and for the purpose you have and collect it collectively with anybody else. And we have sent it to you probably.
Mariners, you sent me, Stefania, you sent me the link to the Zoom room, and I would have to open the Zoom room. This room would close down if I open that link. So this is not a good link. That's the Zoom. When it's live, that's the Zoom room that people meet. And we can put that in the chat so people know where to click on on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's not the, there's no picture, there's no thing to look at about that. Okay.
Yes. So they
it's the same link as, same link that Stefania put in the chat is what you sent me, Marinus. So, yeah.
PM is Wednesday. The joining
tomorrow.
If you put the announce of Raphael, which invites everybody, knowledge seeker, to join them for soul collection on negotiations. That's every day at 6, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
Right. Okay. Okay, is there anything else? Any other discussion or questions from anyone? Or shall we wrap it up for today?
If no more questions, we can wrap it up because we're already over half an hour. So,
yeah, I see a comment by Dimitri in the chat here, who says, I'm going to be holding regular meditation with me, myself, and I soon. All are invited to join me. I've set up a group on Facebook called Blue Planet Earth Human. So that's something Dimitri is doing as another independent but connected being on the planet. That seems many people are doing things now to reach out and connect with others to on many different levels.
Yeah,
okay.
At the end we have to bring it to 24/7. So we have to expand it to 24/7 every day.
Yes, right. That's the intention. Eventually be that entirely. Marinus, I'm not sure if you're trying to talk or not, but it's not coming through on your microphone there.
No, dear, I'm listening. I'm just thinking I have to listen to program and what was from Brazilians for 2 p.m., but I don't know how to join the Brazilian Corona team. Oh, maybe there is a Zoom number or something. I have to go back and listen how to join this at 2 o'clock for the negotiations. You know, the new one.
You just click on the links that are already in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yes,
and the same link you sent me, you click on that when it's time to gather. Same as you would for this Zoom.
Thank you very much.
There may be a Telegram group for them. I'm sure there is, but I'm not sure what the how to access that right now. Maybe somebody has a link to that.
Thank you very much. I really enjoy these exciting sharings now. I feel like I really feel it with my heart. Every word anybody says, feeling, it's getting, I mean, more soul to soul connection. And I really appreciate every new idea, every new feel the strength, anybody with their own particularity that join and join us and talk about things in this program. And so we have more varieties of different wavelengths. I think it's a place is the place for that. I wish everybody a lot of good things.
Yes, it's more and more the sound of one voice.
And thank Mr. Keshe, which brought us here with his wisdom.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I think we should wrap things up here now. So if someone can read the last screen here, then that would be great.
Rick, we don't put any more I give freely. We put I give permission, permit to whatever is needed. So that's the last time we see it. We give permission that are so to be taken from when there is a need.
I will read it, dear Rick.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, every beautiful soul, my dear ones. All are welcome to this beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute to travel in space. And this is the wish of the Universal Council. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need, my dear. I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
And we thank everyone for being present here today in the 204th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice on Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. We also have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up starting Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time. That usually goes for several hours with those that are working with the plasma technology, and various questions, comments, and experiences of that technology can be shared in that group for beginners and experienced knowledge seekers. So everyone is welcome. And of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up Thursday, January 13th at 9 a.m. Central European Time, as per usual, in the last 414 Knowledge Seekers Workshops. So I'm going to go out with the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit, followed by the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version. And thank you everyone for being with us, and see you in the next public workshop. Bye for now.
The Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. The very first new evolutionary spaceship technology has been rolled out for mass production. Embedding the essence of the new GANS plasma science and technology, it uses collective plasma field technology for changing and enhancing the environment of the body of the man.
This new plasma enhancement changes the environment of the body to allow it to return to its natural, balanced, energetic condition, as in the womb of the mother, allowing every cell in the body of the man to find its natural, original field strength balance. The shape and field distribution in this new space plasma technology replicates the inner structure of the universe and replicates the balance fields from which the man was created at the point of inception in the womb of the mother, not only receiving balance in the physical, but also in the emotional sense too. This new spaceship technology can be within the reach of every man today and can be ordered by medical practitioners, sports specialists, and healthcare centers. The Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the future you have been waiting for, is here.